The big fight here is that Liverpool lead at half-time against Tottenham. Bit of controversy about the goal. Just a few seconds in, a decision given. Obviously his arm was up in what they call a unusual position. He was pointing. It hit his chest first, then his arm. What do you think, Rio?
Oh, it's an absolutely nightmare start for this Spurs team. But I think his hand's up in the air. I think that when you put your hand up in the air like that in the penalty area, you're asking for trouble, and you're allowing the referee to make a decision. His hands up there, who's he talking to? And he makes the decision easy for the ref.
He's pointing for somebody, pick him up. And it goes to his chest first and then his hand. If it is his hand directly, I'm saying that's intentional handball. He's put his arm in an awkward position. But it hits his chest first. Yeah. Is that intentional from his chest to his hand? No way. No. And the change of rule isn't been
considering the laws of the game at present, it's if you put your arms up, you're asking for trouble. But
yeah, I've been totally against. I hate all this handball. Everything gets given for handball nowadays. But that one, it has to be a penalty. I think it's a penalty 10 years ago, and I think it's a penalty when the next new rule comes out for next season. No. You can't put your hand in that position, and if it hits it, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, but it hasn't. If it hits his arm direct now, you say exactly that, Michael. It hit his side of his chest and then onto his hand. How can that be?
Let's get a referee's opinion. Peter Walton, you're quite clear that you think it was a penalty, and you agree with the referee and VAR that would obviously have looked at it.
Yeah, look, when it happened straight away, we called a penalty kick in the production truck. We saw it straight away. Sissoko's arm is so pronounced, it's unbelievable. And when you see the ball come across like that, yes, it may hit his chest, but his arm actually comes down towards the ball as well. That gives the referee, Scamina, no option whatsoever but to award a penalty kick. And you know, we talk about the law being changed for next year. At the moment, it hasn't been changed, but even under the current law, handling offence there, as we've seen consistently in the Champions League this season, has been awarded for that type of offence.
OK, there's a slight look, I don't know whether you thought that. I mean, considering where Mane's actually hit the ball, and his arm was up for so long, maybe even tried to hit his arm, because that's what will start to happen, won't it?
It'll start happening soon. Yeah.
Anyway, Salah knocked it away.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest of penalties, if I'm honest. He's obviously gone for power. He's tried to put it over that side. Lloris has just gone a little bit early, and it's the power that beats him. If it's a little bit slower, the reaction time of Lloris will save that. But unbelievable start for Liverpool.
Yeah, Pochettino played Kane, but it's not quite worked for him.
Yeah, he's not had the ball. He doesn't seem to be. He hasn't moved as much as you'd like him to move as a centre forward. He hasn't really ruffled the feathers of Van Dijk or Matip at all, and nothing's really fell for him. I think he's had like 11 touches in the first half. Only Wijnaldum's had less touches. But these are the questions that we had before the game. Is he going to be fit enough, mobile enough, sharp enough? He has a bad tackle there, but you'd like to see more in the second half from Harry Kane. They get in these areas, movement. You want some movement, some sharpness around it in the penalty box.
Yeah, I don't know about Harry Kane. From 22 footballers, it's been a poor game. Yeah, we can't say.
I wonder if it's the 3 weeks affecting them. Maybe they'll liven up in the second half. Let's hope so.
A lot of character, Tottenham, to be brave on the ball. It was just when Mauricio goes and watches the game again, what he's going to be disappointed with is the production in the final third. I think with most everything else, he's going to be pretty pleased with it. I thought the players, especially Sissoko, after making that mistake, if you want, or having the penalty go against him, I thought he was really good in the rest of the first half, and he was getting on the ball, he was wanting the ball, very calm on the ball. When Liverpool tried to press, Tottenham kept the ball well into possession, and then they got up to that to Fabinho in the back four and Alisson, and that's where it all stopped for Tottenham.
2-0 came courtesy of Divock Origi. Got the winner, what turned out to be the winner, at Anfield against Barcelona, and this second goal that made it safe for Liverpool.
He didn't show great ability on his assist, most of the time with Salah didn't deliver the ball correctly, but this time he had the opportunity, left foot. They had Tottenham difficulty, to clear the ball away, and he got the chance, like you said, Champions League. 3 times he shoot on target, 3 times he scored a goal.
Not bad record, is it?
Not bad. Left foot, opposite side.
It's a great finish.
Great finish, no. But I love the determination for Van Dijk. Here, this little flick on it, and obvious Matip with the calmness to give the ball on a platter to Origi. But the determination there from Van Dijk to go in that 50-50 challenge and to win the ball because the ball goes the opposite way. You know, Vertonghen tried to clear the ball away out of his box, but it goes the opposite way because of Van Dijk. So that is also another thing that you see, the determination, what we talked about, you know, like how much do you really want to win this game?
That's what my comment was going to be, because they're going to be really disappointed at the 2 goals they conceded off the penalty and a corner. You know, and those are the little details you're talking about. Neither team played great. The little details went Liverpool's way.
But this second goal should have come earlier, I think, with the talent that Liverpool was having, you know, having opportunity of counter-attack. If they were today in their correct shape, in the correct mood, they would have scored, you know, that second goal that would have secured them the Champions League, you know, earlier, much more earlier.
So what So what do you think? It was fair? You would think it was fair?
Probably, like we said, yeah, they were not expecting, you know, so quickly, you know, to make the difference, and they decided to step back probably because of the...
Strangely, didn't help them, having that advantage. Well, let's get the thoughts of Jose Mourinho, who's been in our Madrid studio tonight on the achievements of Jurgen Klopp.
A manager that reached 3 Champions League final. I think it's hard to lose one. Must be very, very hard to lose 2. And today, I think is a phenomenal day of his life, of his career. So obviously, as a colleague, I'm very happy with it. By the other side, that's the drama of football, and sometimes it's not fair. Mauricio has 4 very good years at Spurs, brings Spurs to the final of the Champions League, and he's still waiting for his first trophy with not just Tottenham, the first trophy of his career. I agree with you when you say the history, but when sometimes I win, people doesn't agree with you. But anyway, I feel very sorry for Mauricio. But I think, and Mr. Wenger worked in England much more years than me, I think the English fan, the English supporter is very loyal. And they know when people give us everything. And they know they are a bit different than in other countries where everything is about just the winning. I think the Tottenham fans are proud of that team. The Tottenham fans, they still look to this team, to this manager, has an historic. So I think Tottenham will feel some love at home, and I think that next season when they go back to the stadium, when they go back to life, when they go back to business, they will go with the pride of what they did, and not like in a low.
Yeah, maybe the defeat for Spurs has less significance than a defeat for Liverpool. Is that right?
I think it does in the public perception world. I think Mauricio will feel hard done by, or just very sad. He's a very emotional man, and he puts everything into it. So of course he's going to be upset. But I would agree with you. I think if Tottenham would have won today, it would have been a bigger story than Liverpool winning. Everyone would have gone straight to Jurgen Klopp's records in all the cup finals, and it would have put Mauricio, you know, in this sort of miracle worker stage. That's how I think it probably would have been portrayed. I know firsthand Mauricio is one of the world's very best managers, and whether he can win a trophy at Tottenham is yet to be seen. If he goes somewhere else in the future and it's a bigger club, I'm sure he's going to start winning silverware, because he's a very talented and very clever manager.
Actually, I'm so happy for the boys. I'm so happy for these people, our fans. I'm so happy for my family. They suffer every year when we go to a final, last game of the season, and we lose it. So they deserve it more than anybody, because they are so supportive, like they are. Did you ever see a team like this fighting with absolutely no fuel in the tank anymore? Both teams, obviously. Tottenham came up, changing offensively and all that stuff. And then you have a goalkeeper who makes difficult things looking easy. Very nice. Thank you very much. It's unbelievable. What a night. The night will be much better now. We have to do interviews a little bit and showing the cup to the people. But it's maybe the best night of my life, professional-wise.
I can see you enjoying it so much. And what does it mean to deliver a trophy? Because people can't say, oh, you haven't won a European final anymore now, can they?
Yeah, sorry. So, yeah, it took a while, obviously. We tried a lot of times. Oh, it's important, of course, for our development and improvement, because it's always like we are doing good steps, but then people say, yeah, but so far you didn't win anything. So this little mark helps a lot. So now we can carry on. Look, it's our owners as well, eh? So they never put pressure on us. They're only supportive, really, and then you can deliver this to John, Mike, and Tom. It's brilliant.
Go and enjoy it, drink it in. Normally at this point, if you win a German trophy, you get beer poured over your head. We've had none of that yet, have we?
I don't.
Trophy, you get beer poured over your head. We've had none of that yet, have we?
I don't know. I thought always when I win, I'm 20 minutes after the game already half pissed, but I didn't even get the water. No, sorry.
Go and have a drink.
You've got to love Jurgen Klopp, haven't you? I mean, you really have. And no, I'm not going to apologise for his bad language, not in the slightest. Oh dear, oh dear.